Welcome to Transforming the Toddler Years, a Core 4 parenting podcast blending soul and science-based strategies to empower pandemic moms like you, raising kindergarten-ready kids. I'm Cara Tyrrell, your host, a lifetime lover of littles, girl mom, early childhood educator, and conscious parenting coach who truly believes that how we connect and collaborate with our kids in the first 5 years is how we raise world-ready kids who will change this world. But before we dive in, I would love if you could do me a favor. Could you scroll on down, rate the show after you listen, and leave a review, ask a question, suggest a topic. This will help me know how to better serve you, who to bring in. It will also help friends find us, other moms who need to be hearing what we're talking about together. Welcome to episode 1. I am so excited to start this journey with you. And I thought we'd start by getting to know each other a little bit, or at the very least, you getting to know me. So I am Cara Tyrrell, founder of Core 4 Parenting, but I am so much more than that. So here's a short snippet of my journey to becoming the founder of a parenting company. I was born intuitively connected to other little people. That is just who I am. I describe myself as a lover of littles. And it's true to this day. As I grew up, I realized that connection, that intuitive knowing of what these little people needed and what they were feeling in the moment and what would holistically bring them back to center to help them be their best selves is what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Now, as a teenager, that meant babysitting. And as an older teenager, that meant travel nannying. But what I knew is I had to incorporate that into my entire life's trajectory somehow. So I decided to become a teacher. I went through 4 years of education and double majored in American Sign Language and linguistics, which led me to doing a master's degree in deaf education and becoming certified to teach K through 12. It was such an incredible journey, being able to get into the classroom with preschoolers and kindergartners, first graders, both deaf, hard of hearing, and typically developing with full hearing, and be able to guide them through who they were in that moment, what came easily to them, what was a big struggle, and mold my teaching to what they needed to be their best selves and develop a lifelong love of learning. I did that for nearly a decade. And then I decided I really needed to switch gears because year after year, kids just kept coming to my program less and less ready to learn in every area of the classroom. I noticed they knew their ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, colors, and numbers, but they were less and less in tune with their physical body awareness, how to control it, how to understand what was happening with it, their social, emotional, interpersonal skills, how to recognize what they were feeling, how to connect with other kids, how to listen to other people, how to make sense of those emotions so that they responded appropriately instead of reacting. And all of those are vital when we are in a small or a large group learning space. So I left the classroom. I had tween girls at home at the time. They were 12 and 14 years old. And I returned to my first love, nannying. Except this time, I brought with me an idea, the Core 4 Parenting methodology, soul and science-based strategies that taught our children between birth and 5 to become well-rounded and grounded in all 4 of those learning areas that they need to be successful when they start school. And I spent 9 years with 2 different families working with their kids from birth until they went to school. And it was joyful and it was educational. I learned that this works. And I am thrilled that at the height of the pandemic, I felt called to bring it to the world. And so the Core 4 Parenting methodology anchors the relationship between you and your child with the core four connectors: honesty, respect, trust, and open communication, while teaching you how to see or create opportunities to practice the core four skills that indicate success in school: the social, emotional, interpersonal, physical, body control, and of course, cognition that they need. And when all of those come together is when the magic happens. That's the methodology. I hope that this has piqued your interest. I hope you want to learn more, because that's what this podcast will do. It'll give you the opportunity to dive deep into each of those spaces, and I'll share techniques, tips, and tricks, and scripts, and all the things that connect who your child is to what skills you want to design in them so they can go on to lead a very happy and successful life. Are you dealing with meltdowns? Of course you are. You're a toddler mom. What if there was a tool that could help you manage your own emotions and triggers better, so you can help your child return to center faster inside the meltdown moment? I am so excited to share my free guide with you. I've even recorded audio files, 5 mindful mantras for conscious moms managing toddler meltdowns. Grab it today with the link in the show notes, then download the audios and manage meltdowns consciously. Do you enjoy the mind, body, spirit connection of this podcast as we collaborate with our kids and grow really good people? Then I think you will love my good friend Jessica Gershman's podcast too, the Mommy Zen-ish podcast, and I will let her introduce herself. Then go ahead, have a listen, and really soak up all the goodness she has to share.
A place where moms can slow down, be authentic, and take me time without the guilt. I'm your host, Jessica Gershman, and welcome to the Zen-ish Mommy Podcast. As a mom of 4, Zen is often the last place I ended up until I made a change. Join me here as we have conversations with experts in the field of health, sex, parenting, marriage, friendship, healing, and everything in between. Don't miss out on our weekly mindfulness tips so that you can learn to bring a little Zen in your life.